Hello folks, my name's Travis and today what we're going to be working on is shedding. Specifically, how do we remove the long hair that's shedding off of a horse? Now, a horse sheds 2 times a year, once in the spring and one time in the fall. So everybody's more familiar with the winter being done, going in spring, they generally lose their hair on horse. Now, here's a trivia. Does a horse have hair or does it have fur? I could tell you they have hair. They don't have fur, okay? It is actually hair on top of them, okay? The next thing that a lot of people don't understand is a hair on the horse actually doesn't shed because it's getting warmer out. It doesn't grow a new coat because of changing temperatures. The reason that a horse sheds is because of different pores of skin, okay, inside of a horse actually produces hormones due to sunlight. The sunlight's what affects a horse to judge whether or not they are going to shed the summer coat or the winter coat. All right. So a lot of performance horses keep them from growing that thick winter hair. They'll normally keep a blanket on them and keep the lights on constantly. So tricking the body into keeping the horse short and showy. And that's why they do that. So the first tool I'm going to talk about here's a shedding blade. Okay, it's got little sawtooth hacksaw blade type teeth. They're not very sharp, okay, but they're enough to get the job done. And what you do is you take the shedding blade, come up to your horse, and you're just going to go with the grain and the lay of the hair. And you can see I'm getting quite a bit right off of this horse, okay, just like such. Now, the nice thing about this tool is not only can I keep it as a loop, but there's a little latch right here I can open up and I can turn it into a blade. And I could go up to the horse and do the same thing. Now I could cover a lot more territory. And you see there's a lot of hair developing here right off this blade. So it's a pretty good tool. Another trick a lot of people use this specific blade, shedding blade for, if the horse's hide is wet, they'll flip the blade around and run it down and squeegee the water off. Okay, so that's a pretty good tool. Another tool you can use is a metal curry comb. Okay, there's actually short teeth and long teeth. The short teeth are used during the winter coat, okay, is shedding, so we normally use that side. The other side is longer teeth, and that's used for the summer coat to shed because really short hairs you want to get deep and close to the skin as possible. What a lot of people don't know is how do you switch it? You don't switch like this. There's a little spring inside this tool, and you pull the handle, and you compress, and then you rotate to where you need it, just like this. So with this tool is great for mud, it's great for shedding, and great for a lot of other types of different equipment. And as you can see here, I'm just going with the hair and shedding the horse out. Now, when you get a whole bunch of hair on it, you got to clean the brush out. As you can see, I got quite a bit here. So this one you get a boot slapping good old time right here. So beat on your boot, piece of wood, clean it out. Okay. Now I will caution you. This is a point of frustration. Normally, when the weather's changing, you have chapped lips, and I could tell you, do not put chapstick, or ladies, put lipstick on your lips, because I'm telling you right now, that hair will come off of that horse and go right up on your lips, and that is the most frustrating feeling you could ever have. Okay, so I'm going to go like such. Now this white spot right here is actually from a horse bite and the friction. This horse is a mare that likes to dominate the herd out there. And her and this other gelding had a disagreement. This horse is willing to herd. Okay, so once again, Pop it out. Okay, now there's various tools. They have mittens, the gloves, they got little dots on them. You can put them on, you can rub. They got horse blocks you can use to help you shed a horse. There's just a multitude of items, okay? Now, I'm going to get back to this useful tool here, the curry comb, the metal curry comb. If you have a pad like this, you can actually use these to help grab the winter hair off of your pad. Okay, not rough enough, but enough to see all this hair here. I'm going to use this to remove that big patches of hair, okay, without damaging my pad. So this is another use for the curry comb. Because I can tell you when a horse sheds, this is going to be full of a lot of horsehair. And right when you think that you're done and you got every ounce of horsehair off, and you go to groom your horse, you're going to get a whole bunch of hairs on your brush. So this is another nice thing about this curry comb. You could take around the brush and clean out the bristles to make sure you remove all the hair. So that's a little trick I share with you too. All right. Now, one of the best tricks I learned when I was in Texas Horseshoeing School a long time ago, and a lot of farriers do this, is just grab a simple rasp. They're cheap. You can get a used one from a farrier, and most of the time we don't have in cowboy world a lot of those other fancy tools that we probably should, so we just grab a rasp. So what we do is you take the outer edge of the rasp, you place it onto the horse, and you just follow once again the hairline of the horse. And as you can see, it works pretty effectively. I'm just grabbing one edge, and I'm not pushing really hard. I'm just letting the rasp do its job. And you can see that I am getting a lot of hair off that way. So that's a technique that a lot of cowboys use to help shed the horse. And back here is always a lot of hair. Okay, once again, I won't try to get underneath the belly or any of the sensitive private parts of a horse. And I won't get the legs. I'll use a different tool for that. But these are the main tools that we use to help a horse shed. Good girl. I actually kind of like the rasp the best. Covers a lot of surface. And gets the job done. And it's cowboy cool. Good girl. And you'll be at this for hours. You have to do it just not one setting. You have to do it multiple settings to help them. And they'll just sit there and relax. And this horse has been out in the rain, so it's got muddy feet, a lot of hair, so it's good where we're going to spend quality time today grooming this horse and helping her shed. Good girl. Okay, I don't know if you ever see that movie, what it was a comedy, but horror at the same time with the monsters and the Addams family. But you'll have a whole pile of hair down here that looks like Cousin Ed laying down on the floor or a Chewbacca. But it's important to do. It's one of those tasks. And if I had that chapstick on right now, I would be absolutely ruined. Okay, getting underneath. Like I said, it's going to be multiple iterations of doing this. You'll see over social media, they always have pictures. Like I said, I'm not going to get here where there's no muscle, just bone. And I'll just shed the horse. Okay, come up, do the happy dance. Boot slapping time right here, let me tell you, folks. And we just keep on going. All right, folks, I think you got the gist of it. So that is basically how we groom a horse to help them shed. So remember, they shed twice a year, once in the springtime, once in the fall. Okay, the fall's a little bit harder because the summer coat's disappearing to make room for the winter coat to grow into it. Okay, we also covered that a horse does not have fur, it has hair. Okay, and they shed twice a year. Okay, so I hope this helps. I hope this gives you some ideas on helping your horse and you become the solution to help them out with shedding. Other than that, I hope you have a great day. And if you like what I put out in other videos, please check us out, Elliston Equine Solutions. Please hit the like button and also please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Happy trails. Adios.